Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a looks of somebody who needs you. When you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look.
Good morning, Tiger Nation. My name is Anna, and welcome to the Tiger Nation News. Let's start by heading to Katie with our quote for this week, and then we'll jump to Kiaria with our attendance for this week.
Hey guys, back with your quote of the week, which is, if your dreams don't scare you, they're too small.
Hello, my name is Kiaria Mays, and I'm here with your attendance highlights for this week. Let's start off with a quote. There is no time like the present and no substitute for being present. Now to our highlighted students. First, we have Alexa Castillo. Alexa's in the 10th grade and has 100% attendance this year. Her favorite teacher is Miss Myla Franklin. Her goals are to graduate high school, get into a good college, and study to be a doctor. Her advice to other students is stay focused and prioritize. Next, we have Esther, a senior who also has 100% attendance. Her favorite subject is nursing, and she plans to study neuroscience at a 4-year college. Her advice to you all is be yourself, work hard, make the best of high school even during virtual learning, and look at the bigger picture. Next, we have Kalia Carr. She is in the 9th grade and also has 100% attendance. She enjoys basketball and her favorite subject is math, and her advice to students is to put school first and just focus. Last but not least, we have Raymond, a junior who also has 100% attendance this year. His favorite subject is chemistry, and his goal is to get a scholarship to attend a good college. Great work, Tigers. Keep it up.
Now to Would You Rather questions with Donovan.
Would you rather win the lottery or live twice as long? Would you rather be without internet for a week or without your phone for a week?
Next to Ashley with our teacher highlight for this week.
Hi, my name is Mr. Stanhope. I teach 11th grade U.S. history here at Addix. I've been at Addix for less than a year, so I just moved to Indianapolis in August, and I started working here around the middle of September. So this is my first year at Addix, and I've been here since about a month into the school year. What do I like most about Addix? Well, since I'm a history teacher and I really enjoy history, before I even applied here, I looked up the history of Addix just to kind of get a feel for the school, and I was fascinated by the history behind the school. It probably has the richest and most impactful history of any school I've ever heard of. So I knew I wanted to work here the moment I read up about the history of Addix. And once I got here, obviously, I think most teachers would agree that it's the student population that is their favorite thing. The resiliency of the students during this time, I think this is going to be go down in history as one of the toughest times to be a student in education. And I'm just amazed every day at the resiliency of our students that, continue to show up despite the transition from virtual to back to in person, back to virtual, back to in person. So it is 100% my favorite thing about this school is the student population. And lastly, what do I like to do outside of school? I do quite a bit of things. I play different card games like hearts, poker, spades. I play a lot of chess. I read a lot of books on education and history. I do powerlifting, so like squats, bench, deadlift, things like that. So I'm pretty busy when I'm not grading papers and commenting back to students. But that's about it, guys. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me.
Now to Kiaria for pop culture questions.
My New Year's resolution is to focus on myself and stay healthy.
My New Year's resolution is to stop spending money on unnecessary things so that by the time I graduate in June, I can have my own place.
Let's go to Michaela with our sports highlight for this week.
I'm Michaela, and I'm going to be updating y'all on the sports for last week and this week. So last week, boys varsity basketball and girls varsity basketball both played 2 games, losing 1 and winning 1. Boys varsity basketball's overall is 10-2, and girls varsity is 5-9. JV boys basketball played 3 games and won all of them, making their overall 7-3. And boys freshman basketball won 1 game and lost 1, making their overall 5-3. Boys varsity wrestling finished 9th place in the city tournament with 31 points. And this week, boys and girls varsity basketball will be playing games, and boys varsity wrestling will be having a match.
Let's kick it with Jalen, who's going to tell us about some pro sports highlights for this week.
Yesterday, Alabama and Ohio State played for national football championship in NCAA or whatever. And, Devontae Smith, he was a player that stood out. He's a Heisman Trophy winner, and he was just breaking like wide receiver records. Like, I guess he had like 12 catches and 3 touchdowns in the win against Ohio State, and I guess that's good. And then the score was 52-24. Alabama won. Yeah.
Next to Ashley with our highlight for this week.
Good morning. I am Linda Casey. I am the sophomore counselor here at Crispus Attucks. This is my 3rd year at Crispus Attucks. The last couple of years, I have had the pleasure of working with seniors and helping them to graduate and move on out onto the next chapter of their life. But I'm really looking forward to working with the class of 2023 because I'll get to be with them for 3 years as we usher them onto the next chapter of their life as well. So I have worked for Indianapolis Public Schools for almost 40 years. Hard to believe. I've done everything from teach science to be a middle school principal at Harshman, worked as an assistant director at the Career Center. I've worked in human resources. I've even been a substitute teacher. So I know a little bit about all different aspects of the district and love Indianapolis Public Schools, and I'm very excited to be able to finish out my career here. So things I like to do, which is harder to do during the pandemic, but I love to go to Pacer games. I used to have season tickets for them for probably close to 30 years and have enjoyed following them. Still get to follow them on television though, so that's good. I like outdoors. I love to be around water. It's just, I find it very soothing and calming to be able to do that. I also like to travel. I've been to a number of places around the world and looking forward to doing that again once the pandemic is over, including going to Alaska, where I had to cancel my trip from last summer because of the pandemic. So so just trying to get through this like everybody else. And I know at some point there is going to be a better day on the other side of this pandemic. But in the meantime, we just have to hold on to ourselves since we can't hold on to each other. And make the best of it and continue to encourage. So for anyone, if you want to reach out to me and talk, that is great. I will try to help you in any way possible. So thank you for asking me to be the counselor of the week. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to the Tiger Nation News. And as always, go check out that channel for all things Attucks. That's where we post the news weekly. And hope you guys are having a happy new year. I am, and yeah, see you next week. Bye.